This is part two of one of the strangest towns in Louisiana history and how my family was a part of it. We're talking about the Nulano colony. Some people find it hard to believe that my family was part of this socialist community, and people have no idea it was one of the largest in America. Now remember, they came from California to Louisiana. This took people from all across the United States and put them in small town Louisiana. They had a few rules and I guess guidelines that they lived by. First of all, everyone contributed equally. Everyone had a job, including the children. Their job was to become educated. Education was very important in their community. They were very much ahead of their time. They were self-governing, and they also campaigned to make divorce okay. And this was a time before divorce was acceptable, I would say. It was very much like everything was shared and communal. They had their own schools, their own doctors. My great-grandfather was a machinist, so he would fix engines, I believe, or any kind of mechanical thing. My immediate grandfather, he was a child when he lived there, and then his mother, my great-grandmother, I believe she worked in the bakery. I know I've read stuff about her working at the bakery and making bread and stuff like that. It's been said that this was a very early feminist group because they did believe in divorce. They believed women should be treated equally and contribute equally. Some of these claims may be a little exaggerated because if you'll remember, the outside community was not very accepting of this colony. This is a deeply religious part of the South in small town Louisiana during the early 1900s. So put yourself there. The colony itself wasn't huge on religion, but they did do things like restrict alcohol at times. The guy Job I told you about in the first video that started this whole thing, he was actually a former presidential candidate, I think for vice president. So he really wanted things to run themselves. Now you may be wondering, what happened to this town? Well, the Great Depression pretty much took it out. They had financial troubles and eventually everyone left. But it's still a community down near Leesville and Fort Polk, if you've ever been familiar with that area. It is the 337 area code. It is a great little community. I lived there for a huge chunk of my life, and I still spend time there today. If there's any other questions you have about the Nulano colony, please feel free to ask them or ask me about anything else that I might be able to share about.